Hi team, Sandy here. Now so many of you are playing your games and risking on each of your shots. So in this analysis we're going to break down a women's World Padel Tour point and a men's World Padel Tour point, and we're going to look at where they're aiming their shots so you can get ideas for when you're playing your matches. So I just want to say at the beginning here, I've just taken random points. These are not massively exciting points. There's nothing, special happening that the highlights or the crowd pleasers. This is just your normal World Padel Tour point so that we get a good feel for what the majority of these points look like. Let's start with the ladies' point. So we're going to run through this in half speed, and we're just going to pause occasionally during the point just to see where they're aiming, and the serve is just into that corner. It's not a fast, speedy one off the glass, and we're just looking first bandeja there. Yeah, that's where that first bandeja bounced, nice inside that service line, not a huge risk. Again, forehand volley, we're looking at that bounce there, just past that service line. And throughout this point, we're just going to mark where those balls are hitting. Again, nothing near the side, nothing near the glass, nothing too risky. Just a really good, sensible, attacking volley, still putting their opponent under pressure, but they're just not going for too much. Here, that's probably the most risky so far, and that's probably a good foot away from that back glass, but it's still nothing, nothing risky from their side. Basically, the volleyers are trying to control the point. Again, a nice deep ball there, forcing a difficult shot for their opponent, but nothing, that is going to say, right, well, they could actually miss that ball. Come into this position, a nice bandeja here. Again, sensible bandeja here from Ari Sanchez as well. And you'll notice that none of these at this point are going anywhere near that corner, that side glass, the fence. That there's very little risk here. Most of the balls have been in a position where they're forcing a difficult shot for their opponent, but at the same time, they're not going for a winner. So now let's look at the men's point. Now, just going to reiterate, this is not a miraculous point. There's nothing special here. It's just a normal point. I think it actually ends with a mistake being made, but we're going to look at this now, and we're going to look at where their shots are going. So we're starting Paquito serving here, just a basic kind of serve really, nothing special. First volley in here, second volley, almost identical placement in here, yeah. Then it comes back, bandeja or slight vibra, again, almost the same location. You're looking here, Paquito's hit 3 of those balls into that location, yeah. 2 volleys, a bandeja into that same location, just in front of the service line. And actually, Martin is the one who has just changed that up, and I'm just going to rewind that slightly. And we're looking at him hitting that shot in here, and that is bouncing, again, just in front of that service line. Not risky. None of these have been even close. The closest one has almost been that lob that's gone over the head here. But now the same applies here. This is Bella's one that bounces here. Yeah, so again, not risky from the volleyers at this point. An aggressive topspin smash, and this is what kind of changes the point. And I think this is the mistake from Martin at the end. But if we look at those points, we're looking at Paquito hitting several shots in here, or 2 or 3 volleys and a bandeja. We're looking at Martin's that comes here onto this side, and then we looked at Bella's here. None of those are near the glass, none of those are risky. They are both pairs are working out how they can win the point without taking huge risks. So just to summarize here, both the men's and the women's point on this court, I'm just going to use this as a frozen screen here so that we can illustrate it. But it seems like the volleys and bandejas are either going in front of this line here on the cross court most of the time. We didn't see many down the line. And the volleys are in this area here, lower with a little bit of slice or to try and force the error. Now, if you're looking at this as a player and you think, right, how can I improve my game? How can I play better in my next match? If you were to aim all of your shots in this area, there is a big distance here, particularly on these cross-court ones, of where you can be aiming. That is well in from the sideline, that is well in from, the back glass. This volley here is not too risky. It's just past this service line low with a little bit of slice, nice controlled speed to force that. And if you use these target areas in your game, not only will you probably make less mistakes, but you also force your opponent to make more mistakes, and therefore you don't need to hit as many winners. So in this video we showed where the pros are aiming, so they're not taking huge risks, and then up in this corner right here I'm going to put a video about where you can serve and aim your first volley so that you can start the point off with, really good percentage paddle.